What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be showing you a couple of cool, good ideas for Bee Swarm if you are a beginner. If you're not a beginner, then obviously click off this video now. But if you just started the game and you have, let's say, less than 10 bees, then go ahead and watch this video because these are a couple of good tactics that I did when I started this game. And they're pretty good and I recommend them. So anyways, before I get into this video, I would like to mention that I really appreciate it. You guys have got me to 200 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. And I never expected anything like this. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And comment down below if you want any challenges or anything video based on any game. But anyways, for now we're gonna get in this video. And also I'm here with my buddy Camera Hack, just so you guys know. He's gonna be just farming in my little private server. But anyways, let's get into this video. So the first thing you would do, of course, if you started the game, you would hatch a bee, because that's the whole entire point of the bee, and that's how you start the game. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is you click on the top left where there's an egg, and then you scroll down until you see your basic egg. Then of course you just drag it and do hatch. And then you just hatch it and you hope to get it. So anyways, the first thing I would do as you start the game is go ahead and talk over to Black Bear. It's definitely gonna be the most helpful bear in my opinion. As you can see, this quest mountain mix for him is right here, and he gives you later on hundreds of millions of honey. And I really recommend talking to him as your first thing you do. So you go ahead, talk to Black Bear, yeah. He'll give you your stuff, he'll set you up in a bunch of quests and useful. Then he's gonna give you a quest about the sunflower field. And before we get into those quests, I'm gonna tell you about all the field names, which you probably haven't done. So this right here is the sunflower field. As you can tell, there are sunflowers. Over here to the right, in the entrance where my buddy is, this is the dandelion field. Down here, straight across, is the mushroom. Up here, up these ladders, is the clover field where Brown Bear lies, and you can do his quests later on. And then, of course, right down here is the blue flower field, which is a field. But anyway, so now we're gonna get more into it in depth of like the bears. So then right after you talk to Black Bear, he should give you a quest about the sunflower field. And as you're doing it, you just go ahead and talk. And then go ahead and talk to Mother Bear over here in the sunflower field. She'll give you quests about how to care for your bees and a lot of good stuff. And also watch out for mobs around the map, especially like the mushroom field, clover, and blue flower. If you have your bees, at least 2 or less, and they're upgraded bees, then you don't need to worry about it. You can kill them. Then over here in the clover field is Brown Bear. He'll give you your quest as well every hour, which is pretty easy. His quests are relatively easy, and I recommend getting those done early up in the game because there's actually really good rewards. But as I said, the best one is definitely Black Bear, in my opinion. A lot. But anyways, next thing we're gonna do is I highly recommend going into the Bee Swarm Simulator Club, which if you click on it, the creator of this game, you just go on him and then you can see his groups. If you join it, you can get a lot of the dispensers later on. So then as you can see, you can claim the honey dispenser and you get 44,200 honey, which is not bad, not gonna lie, especially for people who just started with 0. It is pretty neat. So before you start the game, you can also claim this every hour, which is really nice, and I still claim it. It also gives you kind of a haste, which is great. So anyways, the next thing you're gonna do after you get a little bit of honey doing your quests is I would go ahead and just buy as many basic eggs as you could. As in the beginning, the quests go by pretty quickly, and you are gonna need to go get more quests over here in the 5B gate, which you are going to need 5 bees to go through. And also, just the more bees, the more mobs you can take out, which of course is very important. And you gotta do it. So anyways, if you go ahead and you can just go to this egg dispenser. Obviously for you, it's not gonna be 10 million honey. It's gonna be a couple of thousands, which is gonna help. And like maybe 10,000 or something, not a lot. But anyways, if we go over here, once you've done all your quests and you have a good amount of honey, isn't it just so annoying that you always fill up your pollen bag and you always need to go back and make honey? Well, we've got you covered. Just go over here to the left of the shop near the dispenser, open up the shop, and there are a ton of little stuff. There's a lot of backpacks and scoopers that I recommend buying, of course. And as you can see over here, so now what I would do is I'd go ahead and buy the biggest. I'll get ahead and buy this canister because I think this is probably the best backpack. It is the best backpack you can get in the shop, and it's pretty cheap considering the amount. And you can hold 10,000 as your max capacity, and that's a great amount. My buddy just had it actually a few days ago, and he said it was great. And also go ahead and buy, I'd say, the clippers or the magnet. I would consider getting the magnet, and if you got a lot of leftover, I would get the vacuum. But anyways, then also there's actually like boots and stuff you could get, which are pretty cheap. Of course, you could get a helmet right here, which is pretty cheap. Also, if you need one moon charm and 5 pineapples. And you want to get moon charms from nighttime. When it's nighttime, you can get fireflies, and they're gonna give you those. So there you go. And then you can just get these belts, these boots, the goggles, which I think will really help out. They all have the special little things, you know. It's just a great little addition to have. But anyways, the next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna head over to the 5B game. And then also, by the way, I forgot to mention, use promo codes. Also, if you click on that little gear there, it'll say promo codes, and you can just Google it. Just do Bee Swarm Simulator code, the year, and then the month, and then just do that, and it'll be pretty easy. And then it's really good. You can get a whole lot of stuff, and I highly recommend it. It's great. Anyways, the next thing you're gonna go ahead and do is go over to the 5B gate. It's very important because there are a lot of good fields that you want to get desperately, are very important in the beginning of the game, as there are a couple of mobs that if you take out, they give you some great stuff, especially the spider and the spider field, and they're more pollen. They give you way more pollen focused on, which is, I'd say, is great. Anyways, over here in the bamboo field, there's the rhino beetles, and over in the strawberry field, there are, of course, the ladybugs. So yeah, it's a neat little thing that it just expands. They're nearly the same as the other fields, just better. But anyways, as it has just turned nighttime, I'm going to be showing you guys those fireflies and what you can do, what you can get from them. I think it'll be really helpful. And so yeah. So anyways, if you wait a little bit after nighttime, just come over here to the spider field and just dig out these where the fireflies are standing. You can see those little sparkles, and then you'll get a moon charm, and it's good addition. You need them later on in the video. So yeah, you're gonna use this, and you're gonna collect that moon charm, and they're just great, and they're all over the place, and they're pretty common. They're every night, so they're really helpful. I greatly recommend using them, as you can only get these at nighttime, and I recommend using them. Yeah. Anyways, the next thing I recommend doing is go ahead and get yourself 10 bees. By now, you should have enough honey to get 10 bees. So you can just go ahead and head over here once you hatch your 10 bees. Go over to the top of this little staircase, and then go ahead and just go up, and you'll be able to get into the shop. And as I said, if you are in the Beast World Club, you can get this treat mix, which will give you 78 treats, 10,800 honey, and 1 pineapple plus haste, which is, it's not bad. I claim it. It's a great source of treats, and you also need to do it only every hour, so it's good. So anyways, once you've got your 10 bees, you can go over here to this memory match, and you only have 3 tries, and you'll be able to just match these. Then you'll get to keep what you see. So right now you see I've got roll jelly, 15 sunflower seeds, and I'm not very good at this, but you get the idea. And yeah, I could have got it, but there you go. That would be 1 ticket, 1 roll jelly, and 15 sunflower seeds, which is great. And the next thing I recommend doing is click over on your quests or your badges. It's on the top right next to the gear, for the thing, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna help you out, and I bet you have a lot of them done. They're just like when you dig in the quests, and they're really helpful because you can get tickets, and of course more convert rate at your high, and it's really helpful. I highly recommend doing them since they do give you quite a bit of tickets, and it's just great help, especially early in the beginning, as tickets can be really helpful. Anyways, the next thing you're gonna go ahead is over here. If you ever wanna farm up here in the pineapple or the stump field, for some reason, by the way, those are the names of these fields. Then, if your pollen bag is full and you have a ton of stuff, you don't really want to go to your hive, just go ahead and click on this, and it'll instantly convert all your stuff. And you just have to wait every 15 minutes to give 1 ticket, and there you go. Anyways, the next thing I recommend to do is go over to talk to Science Fair. He'll improve your bees, will give them more convert rate, which is really helpful because it means you're making honey much, much faster. And you can just talk to him, he'll give you your whole thing, all the good stuff. And then the next thing, that's for this bee gate. The next thing I want to talk about is royal jellies. Now, royal jellies, considering how good and helpful they are, they can be really cheap. Really cheap. For me, right now, I've got 130, and as you can see, they're really helpful. I really need them, and they're very important, in my opinion. So the next thing you're gonna go ahead and do is, as you spawn, I'm gonna show you a couple of locations of things that you might not know where you can get royal jellies and tickets and a few other things. So the first thing, you're gonna go over to the mushroom field. It's pretty obvious. You can just jump up the mushrooms, and you can get to the royal jelly up here, and then you can just get it. You can only get it once, but it's still really helpful. Then the next thing I would do, go to the blue flower field and just get this blue flower field, and there's a little ticket under here under the staircase, which you can go ahead and grab. Then the next thing I would do is just go up here to Mr. Brown Bear, and you can claim the dispensers or something, and then you can get a little bit of haste, jump boost to get up to this royal jelly right here in their science fair. And yeah, it's helpful. You are gonna need a little bit of jump boost. And the last thing is over here is actually there are 2 more things. There's one more that is right here behind the honey dispenser. There's a little bit of parkour, and then there's the demon mask, but that's like 50 billion honey, so I don't recommend if you are a beginner to go for that. I cannot even get close to affording that for like even 6 times more than that times my lifetime of making honey. But anyways, yeah, over here you can come through here. There's another royal jelly, as you can see right there, and then there's one more hidden royal jelly right here. So if you head over here to the blue HQ. If you don't need to go inside it, but if you hop up here, there's a little tunnel, and then if you turn left, you can just grab this, and there you go. There's another roll jelly. And anyways, the next thing I was gonna talk about is actually sprouts, and it's very convenient. There's one right here, and they're pretty cheap. They're actually only 20 tickets over by Science Fair, and if you break them, they're only a little bit time to break it. They give you a ton of treats, blueberries, royal jellies as well. They give you a lot of pineapple seeds and strawberries and a lot of good stuff. They're really helpful. You can even get oils and glitters and stuff that will help you on later when you improve the game. And yeah, so they're really helpful, and they're right up here next to the Science Fair. And I recommend getting those. And Blue, dude, can you go into the Blue HQ? Oh, so my guy over here, he's been able to get into the Blue HQ, which is the next thing I was going to talk about in this list. So go ahead and go to the sprout dispenser right here. You can just buy magic beans, which are sprouts, and they're helpful because they can give you a lot of stuff, depending on which field you go in, and it's really helpful. And anyways, the last thing I'm going to talk about is, I'd say you go, depending on what you are missing the most, like what's your biggest weakness? Is it, my bees do a little bit of damage, they don't have enough, not a lot of stuff, then, or like they don't get much pollen, then go ahead and click on the bee icon next to the quest, and also that's the quest. That shows you what quests you can open. That will show you, of course, your bees and their little special things that they do. It's a useful little thing to use, and they show you their special stuff, which can help you out. They'll show you what's stronger. And using roll jelly is pretty easy to get. Like right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my baby bee, and you can use auto jelly. I'm not gonna put that on, and I'm not gonna transform it since I work really hard to get it. But if you Google or just go on YouTube and look at other videos, like what's the best bee for or whatever you're gonna say, then just go ahead and do that. That's gonna be the most helpful. Also, yeah, shoot, my buddy just reminded me. Also, I recommend using these. They're a little helpful if you want to get out around the map pretty fast. You can just use these things such as the slingshot, and they're like the yellow. Ooh, by the way, if you ever see this, like the plants have smiley face on them, go in the spot. Jellies and all kinds of good stuff. But anyways, go over to, like, for example, to this yellow cannon right here. You only need 12 bees, and you can just fire it and send it right back to spawn. And yeah, that's pretty helpful. There's all kinds of cannons around the map that can help you just get around pretty quickly, which I think is useful because you don't need to walk, especially if you're lazy like me. But anyways, guys, the last thing I was going to say is try to get blue bees using your roll jellies. Blue or red. You can see such as Rad, Rascal Bee, Fire Bee, Rage Bee, Ryan Bee. The blue bees are Bumblebee, Bucko Bee, Frosty Bee, Cool Bee, and Bumblebee. You need 4 of those, and then you can go over to the blue and red HQ headquarters, which are right here, over there by the bubble wand. And there's a lot more stuff you can buy, and it's helpful because you can always use their boosts, field boosters, depending on which field you need to be using. And they have a lot of good stuff. They have blueberries, strawberry dispensers if you're in the group. And they're really helpful HQs, and I highly recommend using it. But anyways, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed and found this helpful, give a like down below. And if you want more tutorials and little hints and clues on this, hit that subscribe button and stay in Project Zorgo. And we'll see you all later. Peace.